Hello my dear friends. I am so happy you are here with me today. Today I want to share something very personal with you. It is my story. A simple story. About a simple life. And about one big dream. I hope it makes you smile. And I hope it gives you courage. So please listen carefully until the very end. I grew up in a small village. Our house was small and old. The walls were white. The roof was made of red tiles. There was a little garden in front where my grandmother grew tomatoes and sunflowers. We did not have many things. But we had everything we needed. We had food on the table. We had warm beds. We had each other. And that was more than enough. My family had 4 members. My grandfather. My grandmother. My mother. And me. My father left when I was very young. I do not remember his face very well. But I remember my grandfather's face perfectly. Because he was always there. My grandfather was a quiet man. He did not speak very much. But when he spoke, everyone listened. Every morning he woke up before sunrise. He made tea in an old metal pot. He sat outside on a small wooden chair. He watched the sun come up over the hills. And he smiled. I used to sit beside him. I never asked why he smiled. I just sat beside him and smiled too. One morning I asked him, "Grandpa, what are you thinking about?" He looked at me for a long moment. Then he said, "I am thinking about how lucky I am. I have the sun. I have my tea. And I have you beside me. What else could a man possibly need?" I was 7 years old. I did not fully understand his words. But I never forgot them. My grandmother was completely different. She was never quiet. She was always talking. Always singing. Always cooking something that smelled wonderful. She made bread every Friday morning. The whole house smelled of warm bread and butter. Even now, when I smell fresh bread, I close my eyes and I am 7 years old again. Standing in my grandmother's kitchen. Watching her hands work. She always said, "A warm home starts in the kitchen." And a warm kitchen starts with love. I believe that completely. My mother worked very hard. She cleaned houses for other families during the day. She came home tired every evening. But she never, not once, came home without smiling at me. She always said, "How was your day, my love? Tell me everything," and I would tell her. Everything. Every small thing that happened at school. Every game I played. Every word I learned. She listened to all of it. Every single time. Like every word I said was the most important thing she had ever heard. I did not understand then how tired she really was. I understand now. She taught me the most important lesson of my life, without ever saying a single word about it. She taught me that love is not something you say. It is something you do. Every single day. Even when you are exhausted. Even when everything is difficult. I went to a small school at the end of our village road. It had 4 classrooms. 2 teachers. And about 60 students. It was not a grand school. The desks were old and scratched. The windows were always a little dusty. But I loved that school deeply. My favorite teacher was a woman named Mrs. Andrea. She was not young. She had gray hair and small glasses. She always wore the same brown cardigan. And she had the kindest eyes I have ever seen on a teacher. Mrs. Andrea taught us everything. Reading. Writing. numbers, history, nature. Everything, but what she really taught us, was how to think. How to ask questions. How to look at the world and wonder. She used to say, a child who asks questions will never stop growing. So ask everything. Wonder about everything. Nothing is too small to be curious about. I asked her one day, Mrs. Andrea, why do you always look so happy? She smiled and said, because every single day I get to watch young minds open up like flowers. How could that not make me happy? I discovered English when I was 9 years old. It happened by accident. My grandfather found an old English picture book at a market. He bought it for 10 coins. He brought it home and put it on my bed. He said, I cannot read this. But I think you can figure it out. You are a clever child. I picked up that book. The pictures were beautiful. Bright colors. Strange letters. Words I had never seen before. I sat with that book for 3 hours. I did not understand a single word. But I could not put it down. Something about those strange beautiful words made me feel excited. Like there was a whole other world hiding inside them. A world I had not discovered yet. That night I asked my mother, can I learn English? She looked at me for a moment. Then she said, you can learn anything you set your mind to. Remember that. Anything. Learning English was not easy at first. The letters were confusing. The pronunciation was strange. Words that looked the same sounded completely different. I made so many mistakes. I remember the first English sentence I ever said out loud. I was standing in front of our small bathroom mirror. I looked at myself very seriously. And I said, my name is Daniel. I am happy to meet you. I said it so badly. My accent was terrible. The words came out slow and broken, but I said it. And then I said it again. And again. And again. Every morning before school, I stood in front of that mirror. And I practiced. 1 sentence. 2 sentences. 3 sentences. Some days it felt impossible. Some days I wanted to give up completely. But I remembered my grandfather sitting outside every morning. Watching the sunrise. Smiling. He never gave up on the sunrise. Even on cloudy days he still went outside and waited. I decided to be like him. Patient. Consistent. Trusting that the sun would always come up eventually. Slowly, very slowly, things began to change. I started understanding words in songs. Then sentences in films. Then whole conversations. One day I watched an English film without any subtitles. I understood almost everything. I sat completely still when it ended. And then I cried. Not from sadness. From something else entirely. From the feeling of a door opening. A door I had worked very hard to reach. I want to tell you something now. Something important. You do not need a grand school to learn. You do not need expensive books. You do not need perfect conditions. You need one thing. Just one, the decision to start. And the patience to continue. My grandmother made bread every single Friday. She did not make a perfect loaf every time. Sometimes it was too thick. Sometimes too flat. But she never stopped baking. Because she knew, practice makes everything better. Everything. My plan for learning English was simple. And it still is. Every morning, read 1 page. Even just 1 page. Every evening, write 5 new words. Use each one in a sentence. Every night, speak out loud. To yourself. To the mirror. To anyone who will listen, and never, never, be ashamed of making mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. Mistakes are the steps. Each one takes you higher. My dream today is simple. I want to speak English so well that I can tell my grandmother's stories to the whole world. Her bread recipes. Her Friday morning songs. Her sayings about love and warmth and home. I want people everywhere, people who have never been to my small village, to feel the warmth of her kitchen. To smell that fresh bread. To feel what I felt standing beside her as a child. English is my bridge between my small world, and the whole wide world outside it.